Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. We're in the studio, but it's not live. So still get involved in the chat and the comments. There won't be a live chat, but there's comments, so we want to hear from you. So get involved in them, but this isn't a live one. It's pre-recorded, but we've got quite a few stories to speak about, to talk about, to chat about amongst ourselves. We'll start off. We're going to get to transfer news in a bit because we've got another Ajax link, as you can see from the thumbnail there, another Ajax swoop. We do love a player from Ajax, don't we? We do love quality players from Ajax as well, especially when you're talking about the likes of Lisandro Martinez and R. Anthony. But we've been linked with another one. I'll get to that in a minute. And I'll also get linked to I'll have a story about a former Ajax player who's now at United, who's been linked elsewhere, if that makes any sense. First of all, though, Pep Guardiola, you know him, manages some small club down the road from Old Trafford. He's been talking about Manchester United because he likes to talk about big clubs now and again. And he says, I have a feeling that United is coming back, or coming, he says. Finally, United is coming. I saw yesterday, talking about the Sheriff game, and Chelsea in the first half, I thought, I like what I see from United just now. So a bit of praise from Pep Guardiola. It's like he's seeing what Erik ten Hag is trying to do. I don't know if he says he likes it, but I don't know, maybe he's been a bit kind there. He thinks that the club's moving in the right direction. He can see the changes are taking effect that Erik ten Hag has made. Now, listen, you might not like Pep. You might think that the team he manages are horrible, but there's no denying he's had a lot of success. He knows his stuff. And yes, he may be being a bit like, oh, like, United look like they're getting that together, being a bit sort of overly nice to someone you're not that bothered about. Do you know what I mean? Where you're like patting them on the head, oh, well done, go you, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it makes sense what he's saying because you can tell what Erik ten Hag is trying to do. You can see the football has changed. You can see we've been a lot more positive. And yes, we could be scoring a few more goals, but some of the results we've had and some of the performances we've had have been excellent. You look at the Spurs game in particular, you look at the results we had as well against the likes of Arsenal, against the likes of Liverpool. Those were big results and big performances. And I think that Erik ten Hag is getting practically everything right. I'm a massive fan of what he's been doing so far. He's had a lot to deal with. You go back to the beginning of the season where United looked all over the place. He's brought in new players. Those players have done very, very well indeed. Already becoming cult heroes. Almost all these signings. It's amazing. If you look at the signings we've made, I can't remember a batch of signings coming into Manchester United in one transfer window and everyone loving practically all of them. If you look at it, I think there's only maybe Martin Dubravka who no one's got a real opinion about because he's not really played. Casemiro, everyone adores him. Martinez, I'm tempted to change all my kids' names to Lisandro. I love him that much. Anthony, love everything about him, including his showboating, which seems to have sent everyone into a meltdown. Even Tyrone Malacia, people looked at him and go, who is this kid? He's had some big performances for Manchester United. I'm not saying he's at the levels that you probably want him to be consistently, but you go back to early on, especially you look at the Liverpool game in particular, he had a very good performance, very good shift, and he played his part in the Arsenal win as well. So he's had some good performances. And let's not forget Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen who's come in, and we thought we knew Christian Eriksen from his time at Spurs and to a lesser degree at Inter, but he's been like a bit of a revelation. I was surprised how good he is. So all the signings have been positive. He seems to have a real team spirit. You go back to that 4-0 loss away at Brentford when he had everyone in for extra running, and he did the 13 kilometres or whatever it was, 13.8 kilometres of running himself. So that seems to get everyone on the same page. The tactics are working, the signings are working, there's a team spirit there, the atmosphere for what it's worth as well. Old Trafford has been amazing this season. I feel like it's really getting back to the sort of the heyday, which is great to see, especially when you consider that this isn't a team that's, you know, like we had under Fergie winning title after title. This is a team that's still trying to crack into that top four, but the crowd have been behind them. Anyway, where I stand in the Stretford and the TRA, the atmosphere has been great, and I've heard good reports from other parts of the ground as well. I mean, that's what you want to hear, and that's what you want to see in it. Manchester United moving forward, and Pep Guardiola acknowledging that. Should we talk about something else then? Because I love talking about Manchester United. I won't talk about Pep Guardiola for too long. Let's talk about Donny van der Beek. It says here, European clubs tracking Van der Beek reports. Reports from Spain. Use your words, good lad. Reports from Spain accrediting Valencia with interest in Donny van der Beek. What's a weird way to say a sentence? Reports from Spain, I can't say that word, can it? It's not hard. Spain, accrediting Valencia with interest in Donny van der Beek. All right, well, you're getting a lot of credit there because you got interested in him. It says United signed the Netherlands midfielder from Ajax 2 summers ago. However, he has still been unable to break into the starting team on a regular basis. Valencia manager Gennaro Gattuso is claimed to want signings in January to bolster his squad for the run-in. And then it just sort of talks about that interest, and also suggests that Inter Milan might throw their hat into the ring as well. So it looks like Donny van de Beek could have some suitors. Now, he did get a little cameo, didn't he, the other day against Sheriff. He hasn't featured a lot under Erik ten Hag, but Erik ten Hag, I think, has mentioned the fact that Donny van de Beek is still in his plans. I don't know, mate. I'm just beginning to think. It's like Dave Pritt made the point on the preview. I think he made it a preview. He might have even made it off camera, to be fair, about how he would have given Zidane Iqbal a run out in the Champions League, I wish. The Europa League the other night. And you wonder how sort of useful is Donny van de Beek going to be to Manchester United this season? He seems to only get these sort of odd games. I know he's not been fully fit this season. He had injuries. But when you look at the players that are ahead of him in the pecking order, you think Bruno, you think Eriksen, you think Fred, you think Casemiro, you think McTominay. I know some of those play in a slightly different position to him. And then you think, is he going to bring anything to this squad? Do we need him? Or would we be better off giving someone like a Zidane Iqbal, a Charlie Savage, a run out? Again, I know slightly different from Donny van de Beek. I'm just thinking, how much is there a difference there? Get involved in the comments. You might think we need to keep Donny van de Beek. We need to give him more chances. Although he's got a sort of a bit of a, I don't know, of cult following. I used that word before, didn't I? That term before. Is that a bit strong? He just seems to have almost like a Van de Beek FC element to the fan base who are staunch Donny fans. There's nothing wrong with that. Are you one of them? Let me know. Anyway, should move on to potential incomings here. It says United target Alvarez signing reports. This is from the Manchester Evening News. It says reports suggest United could swoop for yet another Ajax player in January. Lisandro Martinez and Anthony followed Erik ten Hag to Old Trafford this summer. Don't we only know that too well? But could they be joined in the Premier League by Edson Alvarez? Reports from Calcio Mercato are linking the Mexico international with United, and the Telegraph, that's the Dutch publication, state Ajax could be willing to play ball over a would-be move. Chelsea are being linked with the said central midfielder. So we might have to go toe-to-toe with Chelsea there, which isn't ideal. But we have got the Ten Hag factor. So that looks like a signing that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? He's obviously played under Ten Hag. He's been at Ajax, I think, for 4 seasons now. So 3 and a bit. So 3 of those seasons would have been under Erik ten Hag. Obviously helped him win some honours there, win the Eredivisie. He's got a couple of Eredivisie titles under his belt as well. So, yeah, be interesting to see what happens with that one. Listen, if Erik ten Hag wants him, I don't understand, I know loads about him, I'm all for it. Erik ten Hag's track record on transfers has been very good, especially when it comes to buying players from Ajax. I know it's only early days, but he knows what he's doing. I wasn't that fussed about Lisandro Martinez when we were linked with him. Thought, all right, if we hadn't got him, I wouldn't have lost my mind. I wouldn't have been like, oh, I can't believe I missed out. And now, I can't live without the guy. He's amazing. So, yeah, Edson Alvarez, if Ten Hag's about it, so am I. Get involved in the chat. Let us know what you think about Alvarez, about Donny van de Beek, about what Pep Guardiola said. Anything else you want to talk about as well, do get involved in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. Don't forget as well to hit that subscribe button. We want to get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We've just got to 500,000 followers on Twitter, which is great. Thanks for your support. Much appreciated. See us, you know, the Instagram's going strong, but we want followers on YouTube, subscribers on YouTube as well, to keep this channel growing, because with your support, we've been growing very strongly since we took over, and we appreciate it all. I've been Jay. This has been The Paper Talk. Thanks for watching.